Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Previously, things were getting a bit unclear. It was discovered that Nicole Swift had a red coat on the inside of her parka. It's reversible. So, she came under questioning, and just when things were looking really unclear on who really did the shooting, Shelley D. Killer revealed himself and is now holding Knightley at knife point. He wants to get onto the plane, presumably to ensure that the president dies. Presumably. I don't think we know for sure. So now I guess we're at the whims of his demands. Let's see what happens. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let us continue the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least we'll be able to investigate. But listen well, Detective. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all of your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape. Right, roger that, sir. To be continued. Oh, well, I guess I should have ended the last video here, huh? The death of the bodyguard Ethan Rook and the arrival of Shelley D. Killer. A new development in this case has come to light. Under Knightley's direction, the door of the president's plane was opened. After the paramedics attending Mr. Rook left, we set foot inside the plane, one by one. Oh my, where would the president be? Who knows? It seems he's just behind that door. Still a coward, I see. You think he'd just show himself in front of a hitman? Not a chance. Didn't I tell you already? My purpose here is simply to investigate the case. Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, we await your examination of the body. Right. For now, I have no choice but to obey and continue the investigation. The rest is up to Detective Gumshoe. I'm counting on you. The attempted assassination of the president became the murder of a bodyguard. It looks like you could use some help, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I don't deny it, but... See? Exactly. If that's the case, then it can't be helped. Just leave it to the great thief Kate Faraday. Come on now, there's a time and place for your bubbly optimism. This is weird. Right, so are you saying you can solve this case? Nope. Said with such certainty. Instead, I'll stick to being your support. Right, let's get straight to the investigation. We need to buy time for the police to prepare. I'll need to draw out this investigation for as long as I can. Buying time, huh? Let's have a little chat with Kay. Yeah? What's up? Have you noticed anything? So there were actually two people who dressed up as the assassin in the Red Hood. No, it's too early to say for sure at the moment. But there's Mr. D. Killer, who's a professional assassin, and then there's Nicole, who aimed the laser pointer at the president. Oh, this is making my head spin. The reason we cannot see the truth is because something is obstructing it. I get it. If we stole that something, then we'd also be stealing the truth. Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it. Actually, I've been studying up on investigation techniques. Oh, that sounds promising. First, examine the evidence and information that you stole. Present the stolen evidence, connect the stolen information, and a new truth will appear for you to steal. How was that? I worked really hard at it. You get points for effort, I guess. That's all. I can't believe a real professional assassin asked us to investigate this case for him. I couldn't agree more. Just what is he thinking? In any case, let's continue the investigation. Let's do this for Mr. Rook's sake as well. Yeah, let's have a little look around. We've got gas masks. 2 gas masks lay on the table, ready to protect against poison gas attacks. The president seems to be quite fearful of assassinations. So this is the rumored gas mask. It's my first time seeing the real thing. Rumored? Among the great thieves? No, the Gem and Ninja, the children's program. During Princess Viola's wedding ceremony, the Poison Ton ninja Simon Cowell. I don't get it. I should stop listening to her so seriously. It never seems to pay off. It's an inflatable lifeboat with an oar sitting on top. Looks like it's ready to be used at any time. Hey, there's only one oar. Well, I guess you could try to paddle with your hands. Ooh, sad music. It ain't me. I'm just a journalist. All I wanted was a scoop. I never killed nobody. Well, you still haven't told us why you concealed the parka from us. Well, that's because I thought y'all would get suspicious. Is that really the only reason? You gotta believe me, Mr. Prosecutor, I didn't do nothing. I won't tell you not to worry, but there is no need to be overly frightened. If you truly are innocent, I swear I will prove it. Yeah, my mentor does believe in me. For the last time, Miss Swift, I am not your mentor. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Mr. Prosecutor, you'll always be my second mentor. That's not quite what I meant. A canary? Really? Really? Oh, the gas masks weren't enough, huh? Next to the riot shield, there is a canary in a cage. Aw, it's so cute. I want one to be my partner. Partner? Of course, it can help me open locks and do other odd jobs at the crime scene. A great thief should always use nature to her advantage. I've heard of canaries being used to detect poison gas. Don't tell me. A sturdy life preserver rests against the table. It is an essential life-saving tool. I suppose this is a precaution in case someone accidentally falls into the ocean. The ocean, huh? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, how about we go together sometime? If you want to go, just go by yourself. Don't be such a party pooper. Let's go visit the ocean. Think about the hot dogs and the shaved ice. It'll be delicious. I think I've only ever had shaved ice like once in my life. I think I liked it, but I forget. You just want to go to the ocean to eat. Ah, the desk in finer detail. What the hell is that? It's got some sort of lever on it. And what are those colorful things? They look like, Tamagotchi devices. What are these? It's a collection of colorful personal security alarms. They all seem to have been used before.
The president, he sure is a nice guy. He bought these security alarms to protect his wife and kids.
Then why would he leave them all here? It's obvious that they're for his own personal use. Wow, backups in case one fails.
Objection! A single person can't carry that many security alarms. Because a person only has 2 hands.
That objection is worth 0 points.
That's a heavy-looking vest. The president's clothes must be made from some special fabric.
Indeed, it's to protect against bullets. Oh my god, there's one lodged in there.
Wow, it even does that?
Naturally, this is a bulletproof vest after all. A bullet is embedded in it. ZBI, I wonder what that means.
Oh, so that's what it is. This is the first time I've seen one. You could have said something earlier. That really surprised me.
Huh. A strange decoration based off some strange animal is staring at you with its strange eyes. Could this be a Komenu? Like one of them guard dogs? Well, I used to know a better term for it, but you see like Komenu statues in front of like temples all the time. It's what the Pokemon Arcanine from Pokemon is based off of.
There's a lever on the statue. See? Right there on its butt.
That would be most unforgivable.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it.
That lever most likely operates the trapdoor underneath my feet. Then that hatch is actually a pitfall trap. I hope you understand. It would be in your best interest not to pull that lever. When a killer talks about your best interests, it would be wise to do as he says. Are these some kind of official documents?
I know it's a bit rude, but let's take a peek inside.
This is a much different plan. Showing a bunch of pawns everywhere.
Ah, this looks like the one we found earlier in the trash can.
Oh, undercover agents. Huh. Yes, it does. But what's this? Something seems out of place. The placement. There are different locations. It certainly is a very sketchy drawing.
This seems to be a security plan document.
If so, we obtained something like this earlier. Something's different about this one. Could it be... Perhaps I should try deducing. Yeah, Rook is in a different place now. What's this? The details of the security plans were changed.
Huh? Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. Why this sudden change? Because 2 days ago, the killer attacked the president. He disguised himself as a bodyguard. Rook was the first to notice. He had already gotten close to the president. Rook managed to stop him just in the nick of time. Oh, wow. So, that's how Knightley's neck got injured. Oh, wow. Jeez. Rook grabbed his left arm and twisted it. Ah, that explains it. Then he fired one bullet square into his left arm.
What were you doing at that time, Mr. Knightley?
I was... If I remember correctly, the first person I took out that day was you.
Oops, was that a touchy subject?
Shut up. So, back then... Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. No, not you, not now. Since that day, I haven't been able to turn my head right. It sucks. To think that I would suffer an injury. Ethan Rook, you could say he was a most capable individual. Unlike this man here. What's so different about me and Rook? I believe you're about as different as a pawn and a queen. What? So you remembered Rook's name because he was highly capable? Correct. While disguised as a bodyguard, I happened to hear his name. There was no way I could forget that name. Only a select few have ever been able to injure me. So this was the connection the killer was talking about. The security arrangements were changed so that the killer would not be able to sneak in as a bodyguard again. The president's two most trusted subordinates would accompany him on the stage. Huh. In short, me and Rook... Okay, security plans were updated. It appears your positions were also changed.
That's true. He's now on the right side.
Because I can't turn my head to the right. I knew it! He said he can't turn his head right. I took that to mean that it doesn't function correctly, but no, he can't turn it to his right. I had a thought that maybe that was what he meant, but nah. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Huh. So, looking here... So, Knightley would be facing south here. In that case, he could only turn his head to the left. Meaning, the person standing in the bottom left of the screen, in the bottom left crowd, could not be seen by Knightley. That would be where the killer would want to stand to avoid being noticed by Knightley. Well, I mean, then again, Rook would also be able to see him because Rook was there too, so maybe I'm overthinking that. The internal and external views of the plane are being monitored by these monitors. Huh. Okay, so we've got views of the lake, the cockpit, the sides of the plane, even the inside. This monitor shows what's happening in this room. They've got some pretty good tech. Is that so? I don't know much about these types of things.
It even captures the fine lines around your eyes, Mr. Edgeworth. Oops, my bad. Those are the usual wrinkles on your forehead.
Okay, is that all you wanted to say? These monitors show the cockpit and the aircraft's exterior. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. What about this one? It's not functioning. Oh. Huh. Okay, elephant in the room. What the hell is this? What's this thing? Oh, that's the president's precious stuffed animal. I love it. I don't really get it, but it's some kind of keepsake. Don't touch it. Precious. That's unexpected. Looks like some sort of horse with a big horn on the side of its head. And what are those shards on the ground near it? Hey, it kind of looks like there's been a break-in. Indeed, the area it stands on does look a bit unnatural. Huh? Are those glass shards underneath a stuffed animal? This unnatural empty space. Perhaps? Was there another monitor here? Weird. Weird! The president is just beyond this door. This door! I'm getting a sense that it's challenging me. Okay, there's no need to feel challenged by a door. But look at how big it is! All those electronic locks! It's challenging me to unlock it. Calm down and think it over. What is the purpose of a key? What is the purpose? To unlock treasure? That's right, to unlock treasure. Was that the right answer? I have high hopes for you. Please ensure you do not disappoint me. Well, we can actually talk to them. Okay. How is your investigation progressing? There is no need for concern. It is proceeding smoothly. You remember how much I detest betrayal. Yeah, I do. All too well. I thought you would, so please, don't do anything you'll regret. I have no choice but to obey him for now. This is nuts. I'm being used to get an assassin onto the president's plane. If we didn't enter the plane, the investigation would have come to an end. You're not fooling anyone. I know what you're after. I believe I've already said that my only interest is the nature of Rook's death. But what about the person who hired you to assassinate the president? Perhaps you have forgotten. I have no intent to carry out a job I deem futile. Huh. Very well, let's continue the investigation. Splendid. I have the utmost faith in your abilities, Mr. Prosecutor. Let's present some stuff. This is the first time I've seen one in person. Is that your license? I myself. You mean there's actually a license to kill? There isn't one, actually. However, if you insist. Don't worry about it. That's one truth I don't need to steal, Mr. DeKiller. Even a great thief's pride is nothing before the presence of a professional killer. Wow, something for this. You're a very bad man, Mr. Prosecutor. If it's about a job request, we can talk about it later. What's he talking about? Is that gonna solve the case? Unlikely, but keep in mind we're dealing with Prosecutor Edgeworth here. He must have given it a lot of thought. A lot of thought indeed. No, not really. Yes, of course. I shouldn't provoke him. Nothing there. Where'd you get that? If I'm not mistaken, this is the security plan for today's event. So, the brand new plan was captured by the person with the revolver, stuffed in the bag, and then dumped in the trash. It's weird. Like, the new plan was made so that the killer couldn't use a disguise to get close anymore. It was just Rook, just Knightley. How could the shooter possibly get the plan? Like, I do have my suspicions about Knightley. I don't want to rule him out entirely as being the killer. It's possible he is. Yeah, that's right. It outlines where Rook and I were stationed. If only I'd been in his position, then I'd be the one who... It appears this man has a complex of sorts regarding Rook. This has no class. It's lacking in intelligence as well as refinement. Most importantly, it lacks honor. In what world can one consider a murder weapon to be honorable? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I do not share your sentiment. Do you actually believe there's... Yes, of course there is. Don't be rude, Mr. Edgeworth. Apologize to the man. Why must I apologize? Nothing for the photos. We never did look at the tape recorder. Okay, nothing for that. Just covering all my bases. This single piece of evidence was all it took for you to track me down. I'm impressed. This raincoat was found stuffed under the food stalls. I did not want you to mistake me for the assassin. It seems my worries were unfounded, since you also single-handedly uncovered the identity of the other red-hooded figure. After that, can you honestly tell me you still lack faith in your deductive reasoning? The killer seems to be telling the truth. I think we've done all we can with these two. Time for the biggest elephant in the room. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. So the bullet was under his armpit. Damn. It seems the victim also carried a gun. Did he try to shoot something? He may have drawn it out instinctively to return fire. We need to check to see if the gun has fired any bullets. It's still fully loaded. There is no evidence of any shots being fired. This gun is also from Genfa, right? Yeah. We were always issued the same model revolver. I think it's the same exact model as the one with the laser pointer on it that was found in the trash. That's interesting. This is a bulletproof attaché case. Oh man. Dude, I am coming hot off the heels of Resident Evil 4 Remake. I did a Let's Play of that. I love you, attaché case. You're the best. It's a tool bodyguards use to protect themselves from bullets. It can be seen in Kay's photo. Yeah, that's Knightley looking to the left, alright. It seems Rook and Knightley both had one. The way that Rook is holding his case, wouldn't that block the trajectory of a bullet? How was he shot under his left armpit then?
That's the scene I stole on film.
You didn't do anything illegal in taking this.
Anywhere, anytime. I'm always in the mood to steal.
You just wanted to use the word steal, didn't you?
Have I been caught?
The victim is Ethan Rook. He was the president's bodyguard.
After hearing the gunshots, he immediately evacuated the president onto the plane.
He gave up his life to fulfill his duties.
Does this mean he'll receive a posthumous promotion?
Kay, there's no need for forced comments.
How did you know?
Bodyguards don't follow that promotion system. The bullet pierced his body just below his armpit. Unfortunately, he was hit in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover.
It really seems like a well-aimed shot.
The cause of death was most likely blood loss. The bleeding has stopped.
The paramedics were called to treat Mr. Rook, right?
I'm afraid they didn't make it in time. Okay, nothing about his bulletproof vest specifically. What about shoe? Well, I want to say that's everything then. Ugh. Cover all my bases, let's ask Knightley about the case. As in the bulletproof case. Nothing there. How about the body? Or the cause of death, rather. I bet even Rook had no idea that he'd meet his end at the hands of that little lady.
Silence.
Why you?
Mr. Prosecutor, please continue.
Yes. What is this man thinking? Sounds like we have all the dots. Let's connect them. Wow. Boy, that's a lot. Let's see. Premeditated crime. There was a revolver prohibited in this country, and it's the same as Rook's gun, manufactured in Genfa. They're the same. These two guns, they're the exact same model. These guns came from Genfa. Turned into evidence.
Looks like all the bodyguards are provided with guns from Genfa.
Indeed.
Are those guns rare?
No, not particularly. They're not easy to obtain domestically, but it isn't impossible either.
What? I thought they might be a treasure.
Yes, it's unfortunate.
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking about treasure?
Not quite. If it was a rare model, it would have been easier to identify. Even evidence can become treasure.
I see. Even during your investigations, you search for treasure.
Well, I didn't quite say that.
Okay, let's investigate. Where's the treasure?
And suddenly she's motivated. Well, that narrows the field a bit. Let's see. Oh. So Rook was standing on the left. The bullet, it went straight through. It must have gone out the other side. Huh. Okay, 2 bullets fired. One hit Rook and went straight through his body. The other popped the steel samurai balloon and went through the flag. But where did the... Huh. Oh, the president's bulletproof vest. It must have gone straight through Rook and hit the president in the chest. I think we can connect these two. Two bullets were fired, we know that from the number of gunshots. One hit the steel samurai balloon, and the other took Rook's life. But didn't a bullet also hit the president's bulletproof vest? Right. It doesn't match up with the number of shots. However, there's one way to solve this. One way? The bullet that stole Rook's life pierced through his body, and then hit the vest. In other words, Rook and the president were hit by the same bullet. I see. That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. Is the president all right? Even while wearing a bulletproof vest, you can still get injured. Yeah, the bullet's impact can still fracture your bones. Yeah, Magnum revolvers are nothing to mess around with, dude. Good lord. But don't worry, he's fine. The president's trained himself like no other. Maybe the president didn't even need a bulletproof vest. I think that might be pushing it. I'd like to examine the bullet. There's a chance there may still be ballistic markings. Ballistic markings? What's that? Ballistic markings are always left on a bullet. Each gun leaves a different marking. So if we examine the ballistic markings, we'll know which gun the bullet was fired from. You could say they're like a gun's fingerprints. He said it! He said the thing! Every time, every game, every time it's brought up, it's like a gun's fingerprints. Love it. I get it now. Let's investigate right away. I think that'd be difficult. The bullet was completely flattened when it hit the bulletproof vest. There's no way you could investigate the ballistic markings. What? I wanted to investigate them. Huh. And now then, I've grown wary of this investigation. Oh, I guess we did everything there was to do. So there's still those 2 bits of logic left over, huh? Still no sign of Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Prosecutor, have you uncovered the truth yet? No, not yet. I see. In that case, would you like to speak with someone who was involved in the incident? Someone involved in the incident? You mean... Is there not one more witness just behind those doors? I was waiting for this. Of course, the president himself. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, please do the honors and summon the witness here. There's no chance in hell I'm letting that happen. You think you can just summon the president like a witness in court? Ha! Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching all this through the security cameras. Would you kindly grace us with your presence? That is, if you value your bodyguard's life. I see. Mr. President, what sort of a man leaves another to die on his behalf? Mr. President! Stop it! Take it easy! Hey! Still nothing. Come on, Detective Gumshoe.
Oh!
What? The lights! My apologies, Mr. Prosecutor, but I wouldn't try anything if I were you. It seems I am unable to reach the President. Even with Mr. Knightley's life. Stop! Ugh!
Ah!
Kay, the killer, you... However, I have already seen the truth. Where is he? Oof! I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Edge? Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Huh. Did I pass out? Mr. Edgeworth, thank goodness you're safe.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay?
Kay, what about you?
I just woke up myself. My head's throbbing a bit, but it's no big deal.
Detective Gumshoe, what happened to the killer? Miss Swift came running out of the plane. She told us the killer made a run for it, but... we were too late, sir. We heard from that bodyguard that the emergency lifeboat over there had been stolen. Oh. Yeah, I guess Gourd Lake would be pretty large, huh? He's probably at the other side of the lake by now, sir. Didn't you seal off the park? The police were all called back to surround the plane. Right now, there is no one guarding the opposite shore. That means he succeeded in giving us the slip. Sure seems that way, sir. Mr. Prosecutor. Horace Knightley. It seems you also had a narrow escape. Yeah, that sucked. What a punk. Or that punk. Come to think of it, we found this near where you fell, sir. This is the killer's calling card. Looks like a message from him. He always leaves this card next to his victim's body. Let's take a look. Is there a flip side to it? No. But you're not dead, sir? Perhaps this signifies something similar to a killing. Which reminds me, the last thing you said still bothers me. However, I have already seen the truth. I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. I think Shelley figured out who the real killer is. His job here is done. Seen the truth? What did he mean? Yeah, it's safe now. What was that? The President will be making his entrance now. The President? He's friggin' yoked! God damn! This man is the President of Geneva, Dijun Han. Dijun Huan. Yeah. You are? It is an honor to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. I am Di Junhuan. I have heard of your deeds. You saved my country from a great crisis.
Is he referring to the Yatagarasu case? I was simply solving a murder, nothing more.
Such modesty. I have been observing your investigation. An astounding performance, despite allowing the killer to get away.
Thank you very much. So he was watching through the security cameras.
However, I regret that it ends here.
What do you mean?
Heed my words, foolish prosecutor.
For just a split second, I thought he was flipping the bird.
You should have already been informed by Knightley. This investigation will be handed over to the esteemed police force of Zhenfa.
Now that the killer is gone, they intend to take over the investigation.
Hey pal, what are you doing? What's with that attitude? It's because of the killer and Mr. Edgeworth that...
Enough, Detective. Mr. President, I cannot agree to this. Why must this investigation be handed over to your country's police?
Why, you say? Know your place, puny prosecutor.
This guy gets to call people puny. Yeah, he has that right, absolutely.
Must I explain my actions? Nay, I think not. You shall hand over all the evidence you have found so far and leave this plane at once.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. All the evidence handed over to Knightley. Why? Why won't he allow me to investigate this case any further?
Now then, would you kindly take your leave? Knightley, place the suspect under firm restraint.
I'm on it, Mr. President.
An attempt on my life, the murder of my subordinate. Such evil, such sin.
I didn't kill nobody. I swear. Shut your trap, lady.
Yeah, trap. You dare question me? You dare stain this world with deceit? Should we pardon this sin? Nay, absolutely not. It is most unforgivable. My reasons being...
There's no mistake. The President is hiding something. If I turn back now, the truth will be lost forever.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing you can do? I remember the countless times I faced this dilemma in the courtroom. The lies of the witness, the rebuttals of the defense. I did not always have evidence to counter them. Nonetheless, I was still able to draw out the truth from them. That's right. My words alone are my weapons. Now then, let's analyze the situation.
Leave this place at once. This is a direct order from the President himself.
He's not even listening. Any rebuttal I give, he cuts off. So, this must be the second half of the tutorial. Swift was on the defensive. She wasn't giving any leeway, and so we had to let her keep talking and catch her in a lie at the right moment. So is the reverse true? This guy is on the offensive. Do we counter him immediately and ruin his train of thought? When he has that forceful attitude, I'll need to watch the situation carefully. My opponent is the President of Zhenfa, I don't think he'll show any weakness easily. His words may be overbearing, but I need not be intimidated. If I observe his behavior closely, I should be able to read his emotions. Oh, it's about watching his body language. First, I'll start by asking about his reasons for taking over the investigation. Now, let's begin. A good opening line will put me at an advantage. Oh boy. Explain your reasons. I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate.
Impudent fool, hold your tongue. There is no reason. That should be enough for an explanation for you.
I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Oh. Please, allow me to confirm something about the investigation.
Nay, I don't recall granting you permission to speak.
No, allow me to speak freely. Oh, wait and see.
I am the president of Genfa. You shall not talk back to me.
I'm not talking back. I'm simply asking for confirmation. This investigation will be taken over by the police of your country. Is that correct?
Exactly. That is all I will say. Restrain yourself from making any more unnecessary comments.
Wait and see.
That's enough. Being on this plane is tantamount to being on my country's soil. You cannot do as you please.
This plane? Is there something significant about this place? I should remember this clue. I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate.
Impudent fool, hold your tongue. There is no reason.
Perhaps that clue may be useful here. Is it connected to this place? Gathering from what you've said so far, does that forceful attitude of yours have some connection to this place?
You insolent.
Earlier, you said that being on this plane is like being on your country's soil. From those words, I was able to deduce the answer. Namely, that is, you wish to claim extraterritorial rights inside this plane. Am I correct? Oh god, deja vu, man. Oh my god, the last investigations game ended with a ironclad president of a country going on and on about extraterritorial rights. We're right back, man. We're right back where we started. Oh, it never ends. Oh god, get me out of here.
That's enough. I shall brook no insolence.
You seem unsettled. Your words are forceful, but I cannot overlook them. The moment I mentioned extraterritorial rights, your face grew pale.
In light of your brazen courage, I shall grant you an answer. That's right, I am claiming extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, what does that change? You are still powerless. There is nothing you can do about it.
I see. Under international law, the plane would be considered part of Genfa. How convenient. If he wishes to stake this claim, then I shall question its validity. The next move will decide the outcome. He may be the president, but there is a hole in his logic. Let me break it wide open. Is your claim valid? I challenge the validity of your claim to extraterritorial rights.
Do you truly understand what it is you're saying?
Of course, and I stand by it.
You dare doubt my words. You have no shame.
What should I be ashamed of? Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered.
Nonsense, you're just wasting my time with pointless chatter.
That was a needless statement. Oh, so you can take extra damage, huh? Aren't you being too forceful? Permit me to say this. Don't you feel that your actions are too forceful?
Who asked for your opinion? All you need to do is obey.
Wait and see.
Forceful is the wrong word. It is authority, leadership.
So you arrested Miss Swift because you felt you had the authority to do so?
Yes, that girl is a criminal. There is no room for dispute.
No, there's plenty I could say. Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered. Oh. Maybe we just need to wait and see. I don't like how low I'm getting on time. Wait and see.
The shooting took place outside the plane. Only she could have done it.
That's it. The shooting occurred outside the plane. This could be a very important clue. Is your claim valid? I challenge the validity of your claim to extraterritorial rights. Wait and see.
Such irredeemable ignorance, it troubles me greatly.
There is no need to worry. I do not need to be saved. It is Miss Swift whom I wish to save from these false charges that you have laid against her.
I admire your tenacity, however, your wish is unattainable. The extraterritoriality laws are unshakable. This plane is Genfa territory.
It's time to use that clue. Indeed, I do not question your extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, you just claimed that the shooting took place outside the plane. Yes, if it didn't happen inside the plane, extraterritorial rights laws do not apply. Your claim has fallen apart. Miss Swift's arrest is invalid.
Grrr, impossible. To be bested by a mere prosecutor. I am the president.
Checkmate, Mr. President. Yay! Mr. President, will you allow us to continue with our investigation?
I yield. I will allow it. My heart is generous. My heart is tolerant and merciful. Therefore, as such, certainly, thus we shall. It is our duty for a most noble cause. Gentlemen, now is the time. I, the president of Genfa, for the sake of the investigation.
This guy sure likes beating around the bush. Knightley, we have received the President's permission. Could you return our evidence? Here. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. Now we can resume the investigation. It's funny how happy you are just because I gave you your precious pieces back. Now let's see how well you use them. Pay attention then. Here is my next move. Mr. President, may I make one more request of you?
Huh?
Would you please testify about the moment of the incident?
Testify? Hey, hold on a sec. That's your next move? Isn't that the sort of thing you'd leave to the courts? Naturally, it's a courtroom procedure. However, I'd still like to hear what he has to say. If he refuses to cooperate with the investigation, he will have to give a clear reason. That's... Is there something wrong? Knightley, stand down. I shall grant the Honorable Prosecutor's request. I thank you for your cooperation. Now, heed my words. I'll heed them next time. God, yeah. Look, I think it's safe to say that Shelley really was a red herring at this point. Like, no doubt he had vile intentions, but as for whether he actually committed a crime, I doubt it. I don't think he's the killer. So realistically speaking, I think that leaves either Knightley or the president himself. But no, I don't think it's the president. Probably. Yeah, something here stinks. Something is being covered up. God, wow, oh wow. This might be the strongest first case in the franchise so far. It is the most complex, it is the most nuanced, it is the most interesting. Honestly, I don't clearly remember the details of the first case in Investigations 1, but that might be the second place compared to this. This is a great case right here. I am very much a fan. I love how high the stakes feel. Even if this angry president going on about extraterritorial rights is a bit too reminiscent of the very drawn-out finale of the previous game. Oh god. I'm curious. Someone broke the glass case to get to that stuffed animal to retrieve the other horn? But I'm baffled about that stuffed animal. What is the deal with it? I don't know. God, I'm fascinated. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next time. So, for now, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.